All right, it is noon on a Friday. Time for me to get this show on the road. So, Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. If you're tuning in, this is Functional Fitness Friday on a nice sunny Friday afternoon here in West Hollywood, California. What we're going to do today, Functional Fitness Friday, we'll be working for about 15 minutes. Then we're going to get into some guided breathing, finish off with the 10 minutes kind of on a relaxing note. So let me go over first the movements, what we're going to be doing specifically for functional fitness here today. So today what we're going to try out is some push-ups, but we're going to add a little something to them by lifting up one leg essentially. So if you're kind of already doing, if you're at the stage where you're doing push-ups in a kneeling position, all we got to do is try and engage that glute, lift one up, and then do our push-up. So what you guys are going to notice is that in the upper body, it's going to feel a little bit uneven, forcing one side to work a little harder and forcing us to stabilize a little bit more. So what I want that to look like, if you're already up in that nice high plank position, going to keep that leg out nice and straight, the glute engaged, come down, push yourself back up. So what we're going to try and do is a couple of these, maybe 3 at a time, and then switch. So again, trying to keep the core really tight, resisting any type of rotation. 2 to 3, switch. Next up, we're going to be using a mini band. So if you don't have a mini band available to you today, totally okay. You can still do this movement, no mini band. Mini band is just going to give us a little bit of extra resistance. So what we're going to do is start out feet kind of on a train track, which means they're going nice and straight, mini band up above the knees. We're going to bend those knees, get down into about a little half squat. And from here, we're just going to practice kind of sidestepping a little bit. But what this is really going to do is engage our glutes a lot, forcing us to push the knees out over the toes. We really don't want to let the band bring our knees in towards the middle. We always want to have them out. And this is really going to work our glutes. So only a couple steps in each direction. Again, core is nice and tight. You don't have to be down in the full squat. And this is what we're just going to do. Back and forth, working those glutes. All right, guys, final thing that we're going to do today is some slow bridge marching. So we're going to be on our backs. And so from here, what we want to do with the heels, only thing coming in contact with the ground as far as the foot goes, we're going to come all the way up, bring one leg up, hold it, keep that glute working here, keep the core resisting any rotation, then bring it down. Other one comes up, we're holding. You guys get the picture. Basically a glute bridge march, slower switch here. Want to make it nice and precise, make sure the hips don't do any movement in between those switches. All right, so those are our movements here today. And what we're going to be doing is working for about 45 seconds, and then 15 seconds is going to be our rest period in between those. So as we're getting going here, we're going to go ahead and get into just a quick warm up. And then if you're just joining, we'll be able to just watch me in that first round, kind of get a handle on the movements as we go along. Since we're doing 3 movements, each with about 45 seconds of work, 5 rounds is going to give us that 15 minutes. So with the warm up here, let's go ahead and start at the bottom of our space. Do a quick dynamic runner stretch. Go ahead and push those hips back towards the wall behind you. Try and reach down, touch the toes, let the backside stretch out. Hang the head. All right, good. And from here, let's go ahead and try and walk those hands out. So we're up into a nice plank position. Since we're doing some push-ups today, let's just do one nice push-up, nice and controlled down, squeezing the chest coming up. All right, big lunge with the left foot. Gonna place it outside that left hand. We're opening up the hips here. We're gonna release that left hand. It's gonna turn, reach up towards the ceiling or sky. Gonna take a nice big breath here, trying to keep that back leg straight. Let's return that left hand to the ground. Couple small circles with the hips. Then in the other direction. Good, all right. Left foot coming back to meet the right foot, big lunge. All right, let's let that right hand leave the ground. Twist, reach up towards the ceiling or sky. Back leg is nice and straight. Take a breath. Good. Bring that right hand right back down where it came from. We'll do some small circles with the hips here on the ground, and then reverse direction with those circles. Good. All right, let's bring that right foot back to meet the left. Push yourself up in a downward dog, and then slowly start to walk those hands back in towards the feet. Taking a breath, we got the hips back, they're not over the feet. We can slowly roll ourselves up. All right, body's feeling probably nice and loose now. So again, what we're gonna be doing here today is those push-ups. Now they can be done from a kneeling or a full plank position. We're gonna try, we're going to try and do one leg at a time. So if you got one foot or one knee in contact with the ground at a time, we're gonna switch every 2 or 3. Want to make sure we can get some high quality reps in here, guys, not going for a large quantity today. The next one up, that mini band sidestepping. If you don't have a mini band, this is exactly what it's going to look like. We're just going back and forth. And then finally, some bridge marching. So I'm going to get the clock set up. We'll get going. Going to go for about 15 minutes here. Here we go. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, so starting with the push-ups, whether it's kneeling or that full push-up, it's gonna feel a little odd if we have one foot up. Gotta really focus on the control, focus on the pelvis as well. Good, try and do 2 or 3 reps. Take a quick little break, switch it over to the other side. Make sure we're coming down nice and even, still squeezing that chest, still squeezing those armpits too to make sure our shoulder blades are in the right spot. All right, guys, so a few more seconds left. Let's try and get one more in on each side. We're single leg and rest. All right, good. So let's go ahead and stand it all the way up. If you have a mini band today, it's gonna go ahead and go above the knees. If not, don't worry. I'm gonna start with those feet nice and straight like they're on some train tracks. Here we go. Let's get down, kind of half squat. We're just gonna take a couple steps to the left, couple steps to the right, staying nice and low, keeping that core tight. And even if you don't have a mini band, you really need to be projecting those knees outwards away from each other. Want to make sure that our glutes are working. The glutes are the muscles that control that rotation through the hips. So make sure that those knees are staying way out. Hopefully we can get some burn going here. We got 15 seconds left. Here we go. Good work, you guys, good work. Starting to feel it in those glutes. Core is tight. 3, 2, 1, stand up, relax. All right, guys, next thing, bridge on the ground. We're gonna be on our backs. Lots of glute work here today. All right, slow marching. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So make sure the heels are the only thing pushing down. We got one leg up now, hold it. Hold it, let's bring it down. Nice smooth switch. Pelvis is staying nice and level the whole time. Exhaling as we switch will help keep that core nice and tight. Good, time to switch. Let's try and count to 2 or 3 in between each hold, and then we can switch. Good job, guys, good job. We got about 10 seconds left. Really working that lumbopelvic area, controlling that lower spine and the pelvis with our glutes. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, let's stand it all the way back on up again. Or sorry, excuse me, don't need to stand up. We're going back to those push-ups. It is the start of round 2. All right, so single leg push-ups, kneeling or regular, 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys, so either way, we still want to be squeezing the glute hard, lifting that one leg up. Making sure we're coming down nice and even. Taking a moment to switch, reset, get that good posture. Make sure those hips don't dip too low. Core's got to be nice and tight. Good job, everybody. Good job. About 10 seconds left. See if we can get a couple more in on each side. Core is tight. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And let's rest. Now we can stand it on up. All right. That sidestepping is coming up next. All right. 3, 2, 1. Feet nice and straight. Every time we step with those feet, they also got to land nice and straight as well. Don't let those toes start to turn out. That's how we get lazy. That's how our brain cheats a little bit for us. Master the movement. Just keep those feet going straight. Knees driving out away from each other. Like some oppositely charged magnets. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it's not oppositely charged. But you guys get the point. This is what we're doing. 10 seconds left. Driving those knees away from each other. 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Man, hope those glutes are starting to feel it. All right, bridge with the marching coming up next. Lying on the ground here, guys. 3, 2, 1. Heels are driving down. Find that glute position first, then we can start holding that one leg up. Nice, slow, controlled switch. Resisting the rotation, guys, at the pelvis, at the core. Keep driving those hips up. Don't get lazy with those hips just because one leg is holding them up. Got to make sure that glute, whatever side it is still squeezing. Give it a little tap. Make sure it's still going if you need to. We got 10 seconds. Time for a couple more switches. Good. Last one here. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, you guys. So push-ups coming up next. This is the start of round 3. All right. We got about 9 minutes left. Let's keep the good work going. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. One leg push-up. Definitely creates a separate challenge for the core. Engaging a lot more muscles here now. Trying to resist any rotation or any need or feel to come down uneven through those arms. Keep it nice and even here, guys. Grab some water if you need to. We're about 15 seconds left in this interval. Remember, we're only trying to do a couple at a time per side. So feel free to get some rest in between those. Keep the core tight. Only trying to do a couple at a time. And rest. Almost didn't watch the clock there. Okay, let's go ahead and stand it on up. Mini band work coming up next. Side stepping work. All right, guys, 3, 2, 1. We're down in that crouch, hips are back. Core is tight. Don't get lazy, don't round that back. Feet landing nice and straight every time. Every time we step, think almost you're leading with that heel or those bones that poke out on the side of your ankle. Good, we're keeping those knees away from each other. Knees don't like each other right now. Couple steps either way, we got 15 seconds. Good. Glutes are really feeling this work, 10 seconds. Keep them pointed away from each other. 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Nice work, guys, nice work. Bridge coming up next. All right, guys, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Toes up, heels down. Find that good bridge position first, tighten the core. Make sure it doesn't move every time we switch. Big exhales will help, but that glute squeeze is gonna be our main component here. Can we support the pelvis just with one leg? Holding it a little bit longer than we usually do. Good job, everybody, good job. Heel is driving down every time. Good. Don't let that pelvis waver. Sound like you got a plate of your favorite food on the pelvis. 3, 2, 1, and we're resting. All right, guys, push-ups up next. Start of round 4. All right. Making good time here, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're back into those single leg push-ups. Whether it's kneeling or regular, make sure that glute is engaged, whatever leg we're pulling up off the ground. Glute's got to be squeezed. Good. We can take little rest breaks. Now this one's definitely tough to keep that good form, and that's what we want. So take little rest breaks. Only do 2 or 3 at a time max. Good job, you guys. Good job. We're almost done. Here we go. Last couple. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's stand it up. Give that upper body a break. Gonna really get into it with these glutes. Lower body. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're down. Feet are straight. Knees are poking out. Just small little side steps. Feet landing straight every time. It's okay if you have to look at the feet in order to manage this. If we don't look at the feet, eventually that brain will start to turn them out, make it a little easier for us, which is not really what we want to be doing right now. How to fight that urge to make it easier than it needs to be. 10 seconds. I know we're starting to feel it. Keep it going, guys. I know I'm feeling it. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Good, 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 good. All right, guys, we're back to that bridge. Last thing around 4 here, then we're coming up on round 5, the final round. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Toes up, heels down. Good. Holding that core in. Exhaling, squeezing super hard through that midsection as we bring these legs up. Can't just be stable at the pelvis, got to be stable all the way up through the rib cage. Good job, you guys. Good job. Imagine we got a plate of your favorite food on the pelvis. Can't let it waver back and forth too much. Keep those glutes squeezed. Keep that transition nice and smooth. Drive those heels down. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful work, you guys. We are on to the final round. Final 3 minutes. Final times we're going to do the push-ups here in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, let's see what we got. See if we can manage to link 3 in at a time. Being really meticulous about how we come down. How we hold those glutes. Hold that one glute. Keep that leg up off the ground. Good work, you guys. Good work. Good job, you guys. Good job. Take a little rest as needed. We're trying to hammer out 3 at a time. See if we can do it. We got 15 seconds. Good job, guys. Almost done. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, good work, you guys. Okay, we're standing up real quick. Short rest on this one. Get that mini band up. We're almost done. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're down in that half squat. Pushing the knees away from each other. Sidestepping, feet landing nice and straight every time. Good job, guys. Good job. Don't get lazy with those feet. Keep those arches up. Keep those knees out away from each other. And remember, we're leading with the side of our feet. Should start to feel it in the hips here soon. We got 15 seconds. Lots of glute work here today. Emphasis on the glute in every one of these movements. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, last time we're gonna do this bridge. We'll cool down into some guided breathing. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, toes up, heels down. We're holding that leg, hold, switch. Should be no movement at the hip when we switch here, guys. Kind of engage one side, raise the other one up. Trying to make it the same either side. I know we have a dominant side. Try and make that non-dominant one just as strong as that dominant one. Here we go. Got about 10 seconds left. Keep working, keep exhaling hard. We're almost done. Here we go. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful work, you guys. Beautiful work. All right, glutes got a lot of work during that workout. I'm going to stop the timer. It's about to go off here. All right, good job. So before we get into some guided breathing, take a moment, stand up if you need to. Go ahead and grab some water. Important to stay hydrated on sunny days, even not sunny days. All right, once we've gotten a moment to get a couple breaths in, what we're gonna do next for the cool down is we're gonna start by laying down on our backs. So take a moment, find your space. We're gonna come down onto our backs. And what our priority here is for this cool down is stretching out those rear hip muscles that we were just using a lot in 2 different ways. So what we're gonna start with doing is more of the non-traditional stretch for the glutes and the piriformis in the back of our hips. Let's go ahead and start with that right ankle. Bring the right ankle up to rest on top of the left knee. Now, instead of elevating the left leg for figure 4, which we are gonna get to in a sec, go ahead and take your hands, interlace those fingers, and grab around that right knee. What we're gonna do is pull that right knee kind of across our body and also up towards that left shoulder. So we're just looking for some medium tension here. This might feel a little different than your usual kind of rear hip stretch. What we're doing is really pulling those glute muscles and that piriformis taut across the body, addressing one of the ways that those muscles work, pulling it in the opposite direction to put those muscles on stretch. So again, looking for some medium tension. Let's just start to lengthen the breath a little bit. Good. Sink into that stretch. Breathe into that tension. Use your breath. Send it to the bottom of the rib cage and in the stomach area. Nicely done, nicely done. Okay, let's release the tension here. And now what we're gonna do is stay on the same side here. So we're gonna keep the right ankle on top of the left knee, and now we'll go into that more traditional figure 4 stretch. Now, if you push on your knee a little bit, that might already be stretching for you. So you have the option to push on the knee a little bit. What we're gonna try and do is elevate that left leg, reach through the gap between the right and the left, and pull on that left leg, giving us another similar stretch in that rear right hip. The closer you pull that left leg up towards your chest, the more you should feel it in that right hip. So let's find, again, some medium tension. Breathe into that lower abdomen. Good job, everybody, good job. One more breath. All right, slowly release. We're gonna switch it over to the other side now. So same deal on the other side. We're gonna bring that left ankle up to the right knee. We'll start by interlacing our Hands over that left knee, pulling it kind of across our body in towards the chest and up towards the right shoulder. Now feel free to play around with this one. Everyone is different, so maybe bringing it in closer to the chest or pulling it more to the side works better for you. So play around with it. Wherever you find that tension, let's breathe into it a few times. One more. Nicely done. Okay, let go of that left knee. We're keeping the left ankle on the right knee. We can go ahead and elevate that right leg. Grab on behind the hamstring or maybe even on top of the shin. Pull that right leg up in. That'll give us a nice stretch in the rear left hip. Similar feelings, but not always the same. Couple breaths. Good, good. One more. Nicely done. All right, let's slowly bring that right leg down. We can unpretzel our legs here. And from here, we can go ahead and stay in this lying down position. If that's what you prefer, you can sit up. You can even stand if you'd like. But wherever you're at, let's go ahead and place one hand at least on the belly so we can kind of feel our bellies move, the diaphragm move as we get into some guided breathing. So what we're going to do for a few minutes here is go for an interval of 4, a count of 4 on the inhale, 2 on the hold, and then 6 on the exhale, really trying to lengthen the breath as we go. So let's get right into it. Counting to 4, letting the stomach expand up towards the ceiling. Holding for 2. And then exhaling everything you got in the lungs, stretching it to a count of 6. I like to imagine that we're at the beach. We're seeing the tide slowly roll in, counting to 4, pausing for 2 as the moon's gravitational pull pulls it back out to sea. Good, nice long exhale, stretch it to a count of 6. Feeling the abdomen rise, pause, and fall with each breath. Good. Slowly ask your body to lengthen the breath and the exhale every time. Good job, everybody. Let's keep going. Feeling the abdomen expand each time we inhale. Feeling our torsos like a big balloon. Good job, everybody. Let's keep breathing. 2 more. Last 2 breath intervals here. Nice and long. 4 going in. Holding for 2. Exhaling for a count of 6. All right, let's make wherever we're at, let's make this one our last one. Here we go. Beautiful. Slowly we can open our eyes, bring more attention to our surroundings. If you would like to stay in the position that you're in, feel free to do so. You guys can also come up out of that position. Thank you guys for joining me once again for another Functional Fitness Friday and then guided breathing. I hope this relaxing note that we end on carries everyone into a nice, relaxing weekend wherever you might be joining me from. All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Those push-ups were killer.
Did you do them kneeling or regular?
I did regular at first. Like I did 2 on each side and then break, 2 on each side, and then I had to go to my knees. But on the 5th one, I did do 3 at a time. I think twice, but then I had to go to my knees.
That's awesome, Sue. Good job. Awesome. I'm glad you tried it. Very, very unique movement. I just learned about it earlier this year. And yeah, it's a killer. Really challenges the upper body, the lower body, engages all sorts of muscles.
I think we did them in another class recently, and I definitely improved over that one already. So
practice makes perfect, just like anything else in this life. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great weekend. And again, good job.
And I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. See you next week.